Yes, hello. Thank you for having us. I'm Juan Caballero, VP of Programs for Build Change. We are a social innovator, originally based in the US, but have been working in places like Latin America, the Caribbean, Asia, for almost 20 years. And we are good friends, yes. I don't think we have started to come to these kinds of forums until maybe 15 years of field on the ground work and experience. So that's probably what we can bring to this initiative. And I'm excited to see this happen. It is important to have many sectors here and many people who have experience in this space. Hopefully some of them to bring resources and some to bring technical expertise and experience. I think that's what we are bringing. There is a lot to do. It's not getting better, so let's not feel great. I hope this is not wasted time, as my colleague here said before. In almost 18 years of Build Change work in resilience of housing and homeowner-driven approach, where we put the homeowner or the person who lives in the house in the front seat to make the decisions about the design options, about the materials, about what they want. Sometimes, especially fancy architects, think that this might look good for your house. This such and such sustainable material or new innovation might be great, but it's not necessarily what people want. As you rightly said, as it was said here before, it's not that hard. It's not that hard. Already most of the people and forever have built their homes themselves. Market has never been able to catch up with self-produced construction, at least not in the most of the planet. And it's not that hard to think about a roof that won't leak, a house that can be adapted to higher rising water, to stronger, more frequent typhoons and hurricanes. We have been focused mostly in land tenure, urban improvement, and that's all good. There's still a lot of that to be done. But then we also need to look at how those things might incentivize more vulnerability in housing. And Colombia is a place where we have worked for a long time. I lived there for a significant number of years, and I'll use it as an example to close my remarks. Colombia is a pioneer in informal neighborhood improvement in Latin America. They've gone a long way in many cities to bring better roads, better services to urban, previously informal communities and land tenure. These communities 30 years ago were made up of CGI iron tin houses that were really bad, but were not dangerous from a seismic or earthquake point of view. After 25 years of neighborhood improvement without technical assistance for homeowners to improve their housing, these houses have a worse quality of life than they did before because the interior is now 4 stories of really dangerously built masonry without proper ventilation, without proper sanitation, with much more high-density occupancy than before. So a lot of even worse urban poverty and very high seismic risk because of the poor use of materials without technical assistance. So in terms of materials, and with that I promise I will pass it on to somebody else, because I have Magali here, my friend from Holcim. One of the things we have found is that most people want a masonry concrete house because that gives them a sense of safety. Most people do not use it well. Cement companies in Colombia, in Honduras, my country, and in many places where we've been, sell up to 60 or 70% of their product on a one-by-one basis in informal neighborhoods. That's the main client. So cement companies definitely have a lot to do with us to improve how that material gets used. And it's something people want. And as was said here, it's not that hard. We don't have to make it that complicated. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jeannie Birch from the University of Pennsylvania, and this is wonderful you're all joining this terrific initiative. I'm curious about where you are with the innovation in materials, in cement, and the engineering from Arab in terms of contributing to this initiative.
Over the years I've been working on this, I've seen many innovations like bamboo cement, less carbon blocks, plastic recycled blocks, and things like that. The trick is getting those to scale and having people actually believe in them. And as I said, it all starts at home. And many of those have worked, many of those do not. Scale is an issue. I think our main innovation is bringing all of that knowledge and making it easy and accessible for people if they so want to choose that. And working with whatever system people are used to building out of, wherever we work. We've been in places like Nepal where people in rural parts of the country build out of stone and mud, and places like Colombia where they love their masonry, and others where they do timber and other things. So all of those systems can be made safe and resilient to disasters and very livable, as long as people decide to do so and have the required help and resources to make it so. So I don't know if he answered your question, but